Hey people, it's Kelly of printprayslay, and I'm here with a new video with which is a freebie from my Patreon group. So it is called Beautiful Mind, and if you do not know, it is Mental Health Month because it is still May. There are actually two freebies on my Patreon that are involving mental health. There are a lot of other freebies as well, but particularly for mental health, there are two. If you are not familiar with my Patreon group, please look at the description of every video that I have, and you'll see that there is a link to my Patreon. If you have any questions, please let me know. There are different tiers of fees to actually join. But if you have any questions, just let me know. So with this kit, I can say that I feel like I love this kit. I really, really do. I really do. And I can tell that other people do as well. I had some people join Patreon specifically after I posted about this kit. So I hope that it serves a great purpose in anybody's life that has an opportunity to grab it. As far as it being in the shop, I don't know. Because the other mental health kit is only on my Patreon also. So I can't say whether or not it will be in the shop. I can say that it won't be in the shop this May, which is what I already explained is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I don't know if that is a thing for anybody, but I can say that May won't be. It won't be in May. So I have the colors for this kit are warm, even though it is in the break of spring going into summer. However, I still feel like it was a nice summer color palette. So I hope that you enjoy that as well. But you can use some of these in the fall. So if we're going to go straight into the kit as I move stuff around, actually, let me explain that this is my prayer journal. So we are in my Happy Planner, Happy Notes journal that I created as a prayer journal. And so I make different spreads in here where I write down my prayers. I went back and forth of whether or not this kit should be shared in my faith journal, which has a section for topic study in which I would specifically talk about mental health, since this is a mental health kit. However, I decided to put it in my prayer journal because I can do both. I can talk about the study, but then I can also write prayers that may not go along with mental health. So that is what I decided on. I'm going to let you know a little bit about it, inside past what you can see right now. And that is that I'm going to do 3 spreads. Okay. I really wanted to use almost everything in this kit. No, actually I used everything except for 2 flowers. And I think those were extra flowers. Those weren't flowers because there's a limited amount of flowers that come in the kit. And I just printed them twice. So I used everything. Everything was used. And so I'm really excited about that. So the first thing I lay down is Beautiful Mind and the scripture that states Romans 12:2. That is what I end up focusing on for the left side of this first spread, as I went through and tried to figure out how I was going to do each of the spreads. I move a lot around, so you'll see my whole process. So this first side of the page simply just has these 3 stickers on it. And Romans 12:2, from what I put into the particular kit, says, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind so that you may discern what is good, pleasing, and perfect will of God." So that is, again, Romans 2. I don't struggle with mental health as an issue that a lot of other people may, but I do struggle with having positive thoughts, speaking life into my situation, knowing who God says I am. Those are all things that sometimes I lose sight of, to be honest. I want to be honest, and it's not always as pretty as this kit is. life sometimes is grungy and things are happening and I don't know why. I don't know what I'm supposed to learn from it. And that those things kind of make you frustrated, and it really can mess with your mental state and how you really see yourself, how you see the world, how you see people around you. And for that particular scripture, it's asking that you use discernment. And for me, discernment is me knowing what is for me and what is not for me. Me being able to see what the true value of something is, and if something really isn't supposed to be in my life or in my path. That is me saying no to some things. That's me giving up on some things, like saying, okay, this is not working, let me let that go. Or this is not the time for this, let me let that go. Or that person, let me let them go. So it's not always a thing. It can be a person in your life. But to have that gift of discernment and the renewing of your mind, that is from God. Like, to pray for that is everything. Like, peace, discernment, the renewing of your mind, and being transformed. I think in this month, giving the subject matter, that is like a must. So if anyone wants to, they can write Romans 12:2 over and over. You can meditate on it. You can research what others have to say about that scripture or about mental health in general, because it's not like that's the only scripture that pertains to having a healthy mind. So I'm going through and I'm looking at my mile liners, trying to figure out which ones I'm going to use. I quickly put away, like, I think it's like a raspberry color, but I figure that those 4 are ones that I may use. You won't see me use them, but I may use when I'm journaling. I don't know why I felt the need to use them like right now as I'm putting the stickers down. Oh, I was going to scribble. In the sections to make like a journaling spot for me to write on, and I may still do that, and that's why I set them aside. What I was doing with my finger, like waving it back and forth on the blank spots, is me trying to figure out where I would journal. This is a prayer journal, so journaling is a big part of it. I don't want to fill the page with just the pretty stickers and not have a place for me to put, to pour my heart onto the pages. So I make sure I know how I'm going to journal. If I don't allow adequate spacing, then I feel like it's going to distract me, and I may not be able to get my words out. On the next spread, I had renew and my light shines and be a rainbow in someone else's cloud and one day at a time. So hopefully you were able to see that as I flip over and explain that I put mental health matters with the brain, half of the brain and the other half with flowers by itself, because I thought that was a good staple piece of this kit. I felt like I wanted to just journal all around that. I plan on filling that whole page with words from my heart. And even if I wanted to have that as like a journaling, like a cover, like just to keep going, like it was something nice to just see and keep it moving, I can do that as well. So just some thoughts to share with you on how you may want to use the kit. You don't have to do this. It is a big commitment to say I'm going to write on like 70 to 80% of the page, versus when we give ourselves, a little corner, which is cute and is cool. It just depends on how much you want to write and share. And I feel like I got a lot to say. I feel like I have a lot going on that I want to get out. On this other side, I have give yourself time. Like, there's nothing wrong with giving yourself time, and it shows like the caterpillar and all the stages it goes through in order to get to that cute butterfly. I love that, and I cut it up instead of leaving it all the way around. And then the book part says my story is not over. It has all these wonderful little flowers coming out of it. So hopefully you were able to catch a glimpse of that. I'm kind of behind as I talk. But the next spread, I decide that I want to cut up this washi and have it like, not as flushed. And then I decide to rip it. And so I'm like, oh wow, did I just rip the washi instead of just putting it on the end and having a nice block of wording? And yeah, so that's what I did. And I'm loving it, and I'm going to love exactly what I do with it next, and I hope that you love it too. But then I put down a sticker that says healing is not linear. So it has some dips, some things go on. You have some ups and some downs, still going towards that mark and that goal. I put at the top the sticker that reads, God, please grant me peace upon my beautiful mind. Again, with the sentiment of the kit being beautiful mind. The bottom sticker says, grow positive thoughts. I'm actually working on another kit about thoughts. Hopefully you enjoy that just as much as this one, especially if you're not in the Patreon group. You will have access to that other kit. I am not sure when it will come out. Should I tell you? Yeah, since I already said that. I want to name it Wild Thoughts. That's what I want to name it. But we'll see. I've been going back and forth. I'm going to check with my patrons to see their point of view. I often reach out to my patrons to see color palettes, themes, title kits, product, merchandise, and a lot of different things. So they're honestly a part of my team. And so if any of you guys are watching, thank you so much for answering all the polls that I put in there that add to the shop. So I put the Be Kind to Your Mind sticker on the next page all by itself as well. And that's when I started going ham with this washi strip. I put some on the other side. I put a little butterfly and layered it on there. But then you'll see, it gets a lot more play. And so I started putting it on there a lot more. As far as like getting back into my journaling, again, I'm going to definitely put my prayers on it since this is my prayer journal. But as it relates to the subject of the kit, I really want to talk about what helps me with my mental health. And that is, one, journaling, honestly, like what I'm doing right now, putting stuff together, fussy cutting, clears my head, talking to friends, having a fun time, and things like that. And I know that there is a great difference between having a cloudiness, like a foggy mind, and having like deep-rooted depression. It's not just a bad day. For those suffering with depression, it's real. So I want to respect that and know that some of the things that help me may not necessarily help someone who has been diagnosed and really needs that additional assistance with their mental health. But these are the things that help me out, and I'm hoping that some of you, after watching this video, can grab something from this. But journaling greatly helps me. I put a lot of my heart into some of the words that I put on these pages, and again, I have a more private journal that, well, I had one. I need to get another one. Or you don't get to see everything that I put inside of here. I don't share every page of my prayer journal. But I used to put it in a different journal, but now I don't have one because I finished it. Thank God. Like, that was a great accomplishment. So when I write, sometimes I share and sometimes I don't. So it depends based on, the subject matter. I'm putting little pieces of doodles of the butterfly with the paint splatter on them all around different pages, and I'm just trying to add these final touches. I wanted to get the big pieces on there first before I just dive in and start adding other stuff. Now that I look at this page, I feel like I want to move the butterfly, and I can do that because I have repositionable sticker paper, because you can see that I'm pulling stuff up, sticking it down, pulling stuff up, sticking it down. And if it ever does lose its sticky, I definitely can use some what is it called, glue stick. But I love that I have that option to like stick it back down. Like I don't have to be like, oh, when I stick this, I have to be married to it. I can be okay with saying, oh, I'm gonna put this here for now, and then when I journal, I can move it. Like, oh, this is getting in the way, this is not where I need this anymore, let me move it. I have done that in the past. So I love the paper that I have. If you are interested in this type of paper, you definitely can look at the link below. I have a link of the different types of paper that I use, because I use clear sticker paper, cardstock, and white repositioning sticker paper as well. But I'm trying to find, where I want to put these last little tidbits from the kit, because I wanted to use everything. But again, I printed more than I needed. I definitely used like the bulk. Like I used like the major pieces, and I'm really, really happy with that. So I'm hoping that this kit really does help you journal about mental health. Pray for those who are dealing with mental health issues, because that does affect others. It does affect their family. It affects our society. So praying for others is something that you definitely should do in your prayer journal. So this doesn't just have to be about how you feel about your thoughts in your mind and the things that you worry about, and having positivity going through your veins. So don't forget to pray for others as well. Do I? Yeah, I was say, do I find a spot for this flower? I definitely do. I just had to swap it out for a smaller version of itself. But that is it, ladies. I hope that well, it could be gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's why I say people. So that's it, people. I hope that you enjoyed these spreads. Again, it is 3 whole spreads of me sharing, like, just how I put this kit together and onto the pages. And I hope that you enjoyed the process. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I read and I comment to everybody. So let me know. I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.